If you are thinking about getting a heat gun but have no idea which one to pick, stick around because today I am breaking down the 7 best options available in Europe right now. Whether you need to strip old paint, bend PVC pipes, work with epoxy resin, or peel off stubborn stickers that seem to have been there since the beginning of time, there is a perfect heat gun here for you. All the product links are in the description, so let us dive straight in. We are kicking things off with the Seacone SDL8622, an absolute powerhouse for the price. 2,000 watts with a temperature range from 60 to 600 degrees Celsius, 2 airflow modes, and a rear dial for continuous temperature adjustment. What really stands out is the heating speed. Thanks to its oxidation heating wire, it reaches operating temperature in roughly 1.5 seconds. On top of that, it comes with a 7-piece accessory kit, including concentrator nozzles, deflectors, a glass protector, a putty knife, and a scraper. So you pull it out of the box, and you are ready to go. Picture this. You have got an old window frame with cracked paint, and you need to strip it without shattering the glass. With the glass protection nozzle, you direct all the heat onto the wood while the paint stays safe from thermal shock. One thing to keep in mind is that the metal nozzles expand with heat and seize onto the barrel, so do not try swapping them while hot. The temperature dial is analog with no precise markings, so there is a bit of trial and error at first, but once you get the hang of it, this gun delivers brilliantly for any heavy-duty task. If you want the exact opposite, an ultralight gun that will not wreck your arm, the Haichika QR113B is your pick. It weighs dramatically less thanks to its heat-resistant polymer housing and runs a pure copper motor at 1800 watts that is incredibly efficient. Same temperature range, 60 to 600 degrees, with stepless adjustment and 2 fan speeds. What makes it special is that you can work on ceilings or elevated areas for ages without your shoulder giving out. Anyone who has worked on epoxy resin river tables knows the struggle. You have to sweep the gun over the surface for minutes to pop air bubbles, and if the tool weighs a ton, your hand starts shaking and you end up making a mess. It comes with 6 nozzles, including an elongated ignition nozzle that is fantastic for lighting barbecue charcoal in seconds without chemical firelighters. Imagine a sunny afternoon with friends waiting to eat, and you whip out the heat gun, point it at the charcoal, and within a minute you have got glowing embers. No weird chemical aftertaste on the food. The only minor downside is that the plastic housing gives an initial impression of flimsiness, though the copper motor handles long sessions at full power without breaking a sweat. Just be careful with the black collar near the heating element, as it absorbs quite a bit of heat during extended use. If you are a professional moving between job sites and need everything organized, the Secatec Hellgun 7500 full equipment is a seriously clever solution. What sets it apart is the custom-molded hard carry case. This is not just a luxury because heat guns contain nichrome wire filaments wrapped around extremely fragile mica boards, and tossing the tool loose into a bag with hammers and drills ends up cracking those boards and causing short circuits. The case eliminates that problem entirely, plus you never have to rummage through your van looking for that one nozzle that always vanishes when you need it. It delivers a stable 2,000 watts with ultra-fast heating, adjustable temperature between 50 and 600 degrees, and 2 airflow levels. Unlike the Seacone, which can show slight power fluctuations during very long sessions, the Secatec maintains absolutely consistent heat delivery, which makes a real difference during continuous stripping. It includes 4 heads, a reflector, wide nozzle, concentrator, and heat deflection nozzle. The wide nozzle spreads heat evenly across large surfaces without scorching the wood, ideal for renovating entire rooms. For those who want maximum simplicity with zero fuss, the Einhell T HHA 2000/1 is pure German brute force. 2,000 watts, 2 fixed temperatures at 350 and 550 degrees, 2 fan speeds, and that is it. No dials, no digital screens, nothing that can break. The analog switch feels virtually indestructible and does not jam up with dust or paint flakes the way digital buttons on other guns tend to. At 550 degrees, the toughest resins bubble up and peel away effortlessly, perfect for removing marine varnish or old enamel from a staircase. The flat base is rock solid for standing it upright on a workbench, so you can use both hands to rotate a PVC pipe over the heat stream until you get a perfect curve without cracking. It comes with 4 nozzles and a paint scraper included, which is a great touch during a job because you do not have to stop and hunt for a separate tool. On the flip side, it weighs 1.2 kilograms, noticeably heavier than the Haichika, so for long overhead work it is not the most comfortable. And the cable is only 1.8 meters, so you will almost certainly need an extension lead. Now for a complete change of pace, the Seacone HG 350 Mini. because this is not a conventional heat gun, but a surgical precision tool. 350 watts in a pen-style design, built for crafts, epoxy resin, and heat shrink tubing in electronics. It has two temperatures, 260 and 450 degrees, plus a long cable that gives you plenty of freedom around the workbench. The beauty of this tool is that it combines high temperature with deliberately low air velocity. If you are melting embossing powder onto a card, it melts perfectly without blowing the powder right off the surface. For epoxy resin, it is an absolute dream. You pass the Mini over a freshly poured mold, and the trapped microbubbles rise and pop without the airflow pushing the resin out of the mold, something that is simply impossible with a 2,000-watt gun. It includes a retractable wire stand so you can set it down without the hot tip touching your desk. Even though it looks harmless, the metal nozzle gets searingly hot, so treat it with respect. For the professional who needs total control, the Ioneum G02 is the most advanced gun on this list. 2,000 watts with a range from 50 to 650 degrees, the highest maximum of every model we have covered, and 9 digitally managed temperature levels. This is essential for automotive vinyl wrapping because vinyl films have very specific glass transition temperatures, and going just 20 degrees over means burning a piece of material that can cost a fortune. The 9 levels let you heat at a low temperature first to stretch the film, and then step up to the exact level needed to lock the material memory in place. Think of an installer wrapping a car bumper in matte black vinyl. They need gentle heat to mold the sheet around the curves first, and then a precise blast to seal the shape permanently. With the Ioneum, you just switch levels and you are sorted. Compared to the Einhell with its 2 fixed temperatures, the difference in precision is staggering. The D-shaped handle protects your knuckles from bumps and radiant heat. Brilliant for tight spaces like engine bays. During the first few uses, it emits a little smoke from the internal mica adhesive curing, which is completely normal but can be alarming if you are not expecting it. And its hidden gem is the active cool-down mode, which keeps the fan running at full speed after the heating element shuts off to purge residual heat and dramatically extend the motor lifespan. We are closing with a true classic, the Bosch EasyHeat 500. Only 1,600 watts and 2 temperatures at 300 and 500 degrees, but do not let the numbers fool you. Bosch has engineered an internal aerodynamic system that channels virtually all the heat into a tight, concentrated stream with no turbulence and no lateral losses. Those 1,600 watts perform as if they were far more, while drawing less electricity and keeping the housing much cooler. It weighs just 470 grams, the lightest of all by a comfortable margin, and has a rubberized non-slip base for stationary mode. Traditional bowyers who craft wooden longbows use it for hours on end to heat, treat the wood, and prevent the bow from losing its shape. And the Bosch handles those marathon sessions without the motor showing any signs of strain. Experienced professionals almost always run it at 500 degrees and regulate the applied heat simply by moving the gun closer or further from the surface. No need for digital controls at all. It does not include any nozzles, so you will need to buy those separately, but the build quality and long-term reliability more than justify that extra investment. At the end of the day, 1,600 watts of efficiently channeled heat beats 2,000 watts of scattered energy every single time. So to wrap it all up, if you want brute force with no complications, go for the Einhell. For professional digital control, the Ioneum is the one. Crafts and precision, the Seacone Mini. Moving between job sites, the Secotec with its carry case. Long sessions without fatigue, the Heichika. The best accessory kit from day one, the Seacone SDL. And if you value German reliability built to last a lifetime, the Bosch. All the product links are down in the description. If this video helped you out, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you do not miss the next one. See you in the next video.